Hi guys, it's Marlo back again, and thank you for joining me today for yet another video review. If you are under the age of 13, this channel and video is not meant for you, as this channel and video is meant for the more mature or adult collectors out there. So anyways, today we have the Neca Toys 8-inch scale Bob Ross The Joy of Painting figure retro cloth style figure, as you can see here. Now we have the figure in box, as you can see right before you. Let's just take a look at it, guys. You can see the figure through the nice window display. He has some really nice accessories there. You can see his brushes, a bucket there, and of course his palette. And he has his trusty easel with a nice painting there. And on the front of the box we have a really nice iconic image of Bob Ross himself. If you guys aren't familiar with Bob Ross, he was an American painter and television host of The Joy of Painting, which he hosted and starred in for about 10 years on PBS, and you can still catch it in reruns and of course on YouTube. Some more nice images there on the side of the box, and the back of the box there, more product images of the figure inside. And you can see some funny quotes there that Bob Ross is quite famous for. And if you want to read more and I'm moving too fast, just feel free to pause the video at any point to read what you see here on the box. The other side of the box, more images of the figure inside. And if you didn't believe me about this figure being more for mature or adult collectors, you can see there it says for ages 14 and up. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and open up the box and take a closer look at the figure inside. And here is the figure and all of his accessories out of the box, and you can get a clearer look at everything that is included. Here is a piece for the easel. You can see all the little marks there on the easel, different paint blotches as if he was, testing out his palette, different paints. We have the bucket here. Not sure what was actually in it. Looks like maybe some water or paint thinner, something like that. But again, you get the idea. More paint all around the bucket, showing that it was well used by Bob Ross. We have his various painting brushes here. The wider brush, the fan style brush, I suppose, and the knife, which he often used in his paintings. And of course, what is Bob Ross without his palette and various paints? And I think this looks really amazing. The paints look really realistic there on the palette, and well done with the paint running off as if he was thinning it out and pulling it along the palette. So really cool looking piece there. And moving on to the easel, you can see one of his paintings there. It's attached, it doesn't seem to come off the easel, but you have that there permanently so that you can have your Bob Ross figure forever painting. And before we move on to the figure itself, friends, let's look at the box once again. You get some nice insert inside of one of his paintings, so I thought that was really cool, really special. Apologies for the glare, guys, but you can see a really nice painting there. And one more thing I have to note, at the bottom of the box you see some of the credits. It was sculpted by Trevor Grove, who I am very well familiar with from being in the 1/6 scale community for many years. He sculpted various head sculpts for folks in the community, and I'm glad to see him doing well and still sculpting out there and doing things for the mainstream. So very special, very cool. So let's take a closer look at the Bob Ross figure. You can see again the sculpt by Trevor Grove, a really good likeness to Bob Ross with his very iconic afro style hair there, really poofy, just like on the man himself. You can see him here with his outfit he often wore on the show. Simple jeans and a button-up shirt. And like the other figures in this series by Neca, whoops, sorry about that, guys. Just made a mistake there. Nothing but happy accidents, happy accidents. Okay, let's measure this. We have the figure standing, yes, just at a little over 8 inches because of that crazy hairstyle of his. Alright, guys. Let me see. There you go. Looks more like 8 inches from this angle, but you get the idea. Alright, so moving on, let's see the figure. Let me try to set the camera down. The figure itself, the shirt is a little bit too tucked in, so let's try to fix that. Let's just pull the shirt out a little bit. Just play with it, futz with it a little bit. There you go. Just give it a little bit more of a natural look. That looks good. That looks good. Alright, a little bit more in the back. Just slightly pulling it. There you go. I think that looks a little bit more natural. Not so tucked in. You know Bob Ross. He was a pretty laid back guy. He was pretty easygoing. You don't want him all stuffy looking with his shirt tucked in too tight. So there you go. That looks a little bit better. So just play with your figure right out of the package. And I'm sure he'll look a lot better once you get him posed up. So if you're familiar with the figures, once again, you get a good range of motion. The arms rotate there at the shoulder, bend at the elbow, wrist rotation, as well as a hinge there. Of course, the head is on a ball joint, so you get good range of motion there, some good rotation. Let's fix this lighting a little bit. The waist turns, as you can see, and you get a bit of an ab crunch. The legs can go out, knees bend, and you get a little bit of a ankle pivot there, as well as the feet being able to go back and forth. So again, decent range of motion for this series of figures. Not quite as articulated as the Ultimate style figures by Neca, but still pretty cool. So let's get this thing fully assembled. Alright guys, so once again we have the palette, and not the palette, the easel, and this portion of the easel, which I believe, let's see, should just snap into place. Let's give that a try, guys. So you put that right there. Yes, just carefully, guys. Just take your time. You don't want to break it. There you go. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. And once you have that assembled, you can just take the bucket, simply plop it in place, and you're ready to go. So let's get Bob Ross posed, and I'll give you guys some nice looks at the figure with his setup. And here we have the Bob Ross figure fully posed with his accessories. And if you wanted to, you can just lay the brushes wherever on the easel you want, just like so. Just ever so carefully, something like that. And I put the smaller brush in his hand, and because of the size of the opening in the hand, I had him hold the brush somewhat like a pencil, something like that, kind of like a cigarette or a pencil. And something else to note, the pointy finger there is quite stubby looking. I thought it was kind of funny, but it makes sense because of the palette. It just kind of leans on the bottom side of the palette, so if you get yours and you wonder why it looks really short, looks like it was cut in half or something, it's because of the way it's posed for the way he's holding the palette. So here is the Bob Ross figure. And of course, if you wanted to, you can probably reverse this part of the easel so you can have the bucket on that side. That shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. And here you have it, folks. The Neca 8-inch scale retro cloth style Bob Ross figure. I have another figure that I just got from the same lineup here, the 8-inch retro cloth corpse Pamela Voorhees, and you can see she stands pretty good scale of Bob Ross. Let me move the painting excuse me, towards the back there. You can see she's a little bit smaller, But let's have Bob Ross do a painting of her real quick. You know, he was a really nice guy, and he would just paint about anything. No prejudices, just nice, happy paintings. And here is Pamela Voorhees posing for the painting, which I think came out really nice. What do you guys think? Really nice portrait. Even though he's more of a landscape painter, he did a very good job with his painting of Pamela Voorhees. Really nice piece. Just really nice fluffy strokes there. Get those water drops and all that corpsey, yucky flesh. And you have a really nice portrait painting of Pamela Voorhees. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share the video, like the video, and please do subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Happy collecting, and God bless, my friends. Bye-bye.